Hello. Welcome to today's vlog. I'm going to try to back out of my buddy's driveway here without hitting all these other cars. Alright, so there's his veloster in. Ooh. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're going to try to follow him out of here. Okay, so today we are going to go up to the Tail of the Dragon. Toge Fest is happening up there. I might have to roll the windows up so you guys can hear me. Okay, that's better. This car's a little loud. So I'm in my veloster and we're going to go up to the Tail of the Dragon for Toge Fest. One of my friend Nick's buddies is going to be up there as well. His name is Tom. And Tom has a couple really cool cars. One of them being a GT3 RS. With a full Dundon exhaust on it. And we are going to try to get a ride along in it. So there's Nick's Alfa Romeo 4C. It is one of the only bagged Alphas in the world.
I forgot my registration secret.
Okay. Thing is nasty. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna go up to the Dragon. We're gonna try to get a ride along in Tom's GT3 RS, full Dundon exhaust on it, crazy nasty car. Nick's car is very cool too. It's a 2015 Alfa Romeo 4C. It's a launch edition. It's got downpipe on it, I believe, tune, air intake, a few different goodies on it. It's a full stage 3 tuned car. It's on air suspension, has Titan 7 forged wheels on it. Super cool car. And we're gonna go up there for Toge Fest, drive around a little bit, see what kind of cool cars we can see. So I'm just gonna take you guys for a ride along with me and we'll see what we find. I'll see you guys up there. I have to turn around and go back to his house because somebody forgot his registration for his Alfa Romeo and now he's looking stupid. Oh, what's that? Move it. Hopefully he'll get it on quickly and we can get on the road. Okay, so we're back on the road and we're gonna make our way up there to the Tail of the Dragon now. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. He's actually pretty brave for taking that car out there today. I've got to give him props for that because he has been having a little bit of a coolant leak out of the coolant reservoir on that car, on the Alpha. So we threw a little bit of JB Weld on it and hopefully it'll, you know, hold enough for the day. I mean, it's been leaking for, to my knowledge, a few days now, and I mean, it's nothing, not major. I mean, it's more of just a hairline crack where it's spewing out a little bit of coolant out of it, so hopefully it'll be able to hold its own for a couple hours that we're up here, and we don't end up having to tow that thing back down the mountain. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the Tail of the Dragon, it's a like 11-mile stretch of just nothing but a bunch of curves and turns, and what makes the Dragon special, which a lot of people don't know, is that, well, one, it's in the Tennessee mountains up here, it stretches out in North Carolina, beautiful scenic road, but it also has a lot of elevation change to it, so it makes for a pretty technical driving experience. It's really nice whenever there's not a lot of traffic up there. Sometimes you really can't avoid it, but if there's no traffic, I mean, it's a fun road to just rip up and down on with your buddies, you know, really whatever skill level you are. You just got to be careful when you go up there and don't go too fast, you know, otherwise the boys will pull you over and you might get yourself in a heap of trouble. But we're gonna go up there and try to have a little bit of fun and not get ourselves in too much trouble today. I'm gonna roll the window now so you guys can hear this thing. He's not gonna look back here right now. I know he won't, but I wish he would rev it up. We'll hear it here in a second whenever the light turns green. Thought about staying at his house just for the rest of the evening, but we're gonna take the chance to go up here, hoping that that coolant tank doesn't explode on him. He's got a really cool racing simulator in his house that we thought about sticking around the plate. Okay, so we just pulled up to the tail of the Dragon. I was trying to talk for a little while and show you guys some of the scenic route up here, but my phone ran out of storage at the moment, so I had to delete a couple videos. I don't have a exactly dedicated camera for this at the moment, so I'm just using my phone. But we just pulled up. Here's one of the Dragon Rally cars. This is kind of what it just looks like when you pull up here. Lots of bikes, always making a bunch of noise up here. Killboy is the company that takes photos up here, so they'll take pictures of you as you drive around on the Dragon to get you photos that you can buy afterwards. There's my Veloster N. There's the GT3 RS. This is our buddy Tom's car. He came up here to meet us so that we could drive around and have a little bit of fun. And then there's Nick's 4C again. Hope you guys could hear some of it in the audio that I was filming. It's not exactly the loudest just driving behind the car, but you should have been able to hear just a little bit of it. So shortly, when we get back here, past this bump,
so the road is right here then.
I'll walk over this way. So this area up here is considered the 129 hub. It's actually underneath a new owner now. It got recently sold, but it's basically just like a little hangout spot for where everybody meets up here on the tail of the Dragon before hitting the road and driving up and down it. Usually it starts heading up that way.
I'll tell you what, like, on my competition,
There's an M2.
I will tell you, like, Josh has had.
We'll just walk around. I'll show you guys some of these cars. Looks like we got these guys out here detailing, cleaning up some Miatas. If you head down this way, we've got a nice Lotus Evora. There's a 118 Spider. Or no, 718 Spider, sorry. Don't see too many of those. There's our 32 Golf. There's the outside of the building. Their whole motto here is go fast, don't die. Got some Fortune Auto coilover sponsors. Yeah, it's a cool little hangout spot. Okay, so my phone cut off back there. I ran out of memory on it, so I had to delete some videos. But we just pulled out of the 129 hub. We're following behind our buddy over here, Tom, and his GT3 RS, and then Nick and his 4C. And I'm just gonna let you guys watch for a little bit and just see us drive down the road. We're gonna drive over to this little overlook area. We're gonna stop there and just take a couple pictures and stuff. Maybe do a little filming. This car just pulled off for us. Spot heading up towards the Dragon is really pretty. I'm sure you guys probably can't hear me really that well, but it goes around this lake over here. And it's just beautiful. Look at all that. Yeah, beautiful area. Heading straight up towards the Dragon. Might roll the windows up just a little bit so you guys can hear me a tad bit better. Trying to do my best filming through here while keeping up with them. Driving manual, so it's not exactly the easiest thing. You can hear a lot of popping and crackling. There we go, yeah. Very nice. There's that lake area again up here. This turn right here, just driving around this lake, it reminds me a lot of the Forza Horizon 4 game. There's a lake in that game. The game's set in the UK and England, which I'm sure you guys know, of course. But driving around that lake area looks very similar to this. So I always love driving by this little lake spot, especially when you've got a 4C and a GT3 RS in front of you. We had to put Nick in the middle, just so we wouldn't slow him down, because he doesn't have a wing like we do, you know. He would be falling behind without his spoilerless ass. There's a dam back there over there too. Here's some people making barbecue out here in the boonies. We like coming up here around this time just because it's during sunset, so the lighting's pretty good. There's the US 129 Dragon, Harley Davidson. I think it's a restaurant. I've never been in there. exactly have a mount in the car to be able to hold the phone to film that for you guys, unfortunately. So this is probably the best I'll be able to do until I can get a mount to hold it, or you know, get an actual dedicated camera for vlogging to film the videos. There's the Chilhowie Dam. Believe it or not, every once in a while there's a rock slide around here, so you've got all these mountains, tons of boulders just jutting out of the side of them, and every once in a while it causes a rock slide, and sometimes this area gets blocked off because a bunch of rocks fall down onto the road. We are right at about the perfect time now, that this time of year, whenever the leaves are changing color too. I'm going to say probably in about a week or so, all of the leaves are going to fall off the trees, and it's all going to be over. Look at that. Woo. That's a nice view. Some cars heading our ways. RZs, a few bikes. Yeah, I mean, you can't really complain whenever you come up here because it's so beautiful. Look at that. I'll stop and see anything cool driving by too. I'll pull out the camera so I can show you guys some of the cool cars around here. Saw a few interesting cars driving by whenever we were down there, but probably the best ones were already sitting there at the 129 hub lot. So you guys kind of got to see the best of what I was looking at as well. Hoping I don't run out of gas. Got about, well, no, we should be good. I still got a little bit of a, you know, drive back home afterwards, but hopefully we'll be able to stop. Oh, cool. The grass is on fire. I hope they meant to start that. They didn't exactly look like professionals though. Speed limit 50. Eventually, once we get up there, after we film for a little bit, I'm gonna see if Tom might give us a ride along in his GT3. That way I can show you guys what that's like. And this isn't even the Dragon, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is just kind of the little drive that leads up to the tail of the Dragon. It's just kind of a scenic route around this lake to get up to where the point is, where the Dragon starts with all the curves and turns. So for, you know, anybody that's never been up here, this is not the tail of the Dragon. This is just the bottom portion of the road. It's just kind of leading up to the start of it. But it's a really cool drive. Look at that. They actually put that netting around those rocks on those boulders and stuff on purpose, just so if rock slides do happen, they kind of hold it in, control it so it doesn't fall. All those rocks don't fall everywhere. There's always a bump there. I'm sure Nick's feeling a little bit more in his 4C. That Alfa Romeo's on air suspension. It's probably not the most comfortable thing either. Alright. I'll hop back on whenever we get up to the top. So we're over at the top here. It's an overlook that goes over by the dam. Stop here just to take a couple pictures. See some cool cars go by. What's that?
That car, that Camaro just came by, was that one that was sitting there at the hub?
I think so. Yeah, I think that was the same kid.
Yeah.
They probably heard us all start up. He wanted to join in. The kid that had that 50th Camaro down at the bottom at the hub. He just passed by. I was saying he probably heard us all start up, so he came right behind us. Sorry, sir. Smack. Look at your little video. Hang out back here while Nick works his magic. So this is the first time that I've taken this veloster up here into the mountains, and it actually handles pretty dang well. Didn't fall behind the rest of the pack too bad at all. I'm surprised with how well it honestly handles up here. I mean, I didn't think that it would handle badly, but compared to tailgating behind a 4C and a GT3 RS, I figured I'd be falling behind a little bit, but not bad at all. I'm gonna hide behind my car here so I don't get killed. It's a new GR86. For men, we like sports. For men, we like sports. They're not talking about sports. Here comes the MR2, I think. It's turbo. What we got? Oh, here comes a GP. There's a Mini Cooper GP. You don't see those a lot. Super cool. Thought about buying those once. If you guys ever get the chance to come up here, it's definitely worth the drive. Whether you're coming from far or close, I mean, the drive up here itself is beautiful, and then once you get up, even around the scenic overlook, it's just a pretty place to be. That right there is why you gotta be careful up here, because you will get stopped if you drive like an idiot. But yeah, it's starting to get dark up here, so we figured we are gonna get back in our cars and we are gonna coast back down a little bit of the dragon here. We're gonna get back down to the bottom, and then we're gonna see. Tom said he'd be able to give us a ride along today in his Porsche, so we are going to hop in once we get down there. See if we can drive around for a little bit. I think it was like a FRS or something that just got pulled over up there. Hopefully they don't get too fat of a ticket. But you gotta be careful when you come up here during tailgate fest like this, especially because there are cops out here absolutely everywhere. down all over the place if you're not careful. So you gotta pay attention, especially with the mountains moving back and forth in the background. It can distract you. And if you're not careful, you will end up off the side of the road. Some parts of the road too, as you know, it's got little dips and stuff, and you've got a lot of these hair turn pins like this where you dive in and then just power straight out of them. Kind of stuck behind a slow van here. Hopefully they'll use one of the pull-offs and let us pass them. Well, there was one right there and they didn't move. X4C sounds absolutely nasty. There we go, so they're gonna let us pass now. That's just a common courtesy thing that people will do up here for you on the Dragon, because people know what, you know, everybody comes up here for. And if you're driving a regular car like that, and you're just part of normal traffic, people will pull over on purpose to give you a little bit of a second to pass by them. You always want to try to stay in the middle of your lane. Don't try to veer out into the center like I almost just did a second ago. Because around a lot of these, well, you know, pretty much every corner here is a blind corner, so if you whip around these corners too fast, you'll get sucked out into the middle of the road and then you get into a car accident. Kind of like when Adam LZ, he was up here not too long ago. I think it was, what, last year, a couple years ago. He was up here with his GT3 RS, his purple one, and he ended up getting hit up here by a pickup truck that swerved over to the side of the road, didn't see him, and the truck hit him. It's fun driving up around here. You know, once it starts getting darker outside too, you just gotta be very careful. A couple of boys passing by us. There's a Supra. I miss my old Supra. It's a fun car too. But this thing's been able to keep up here with everybody just fine. Rattling around. Alright. I'm gonna have to put the phone down to these technical parts here. It's getting a little bit difficult, especially with traffic in front of us. I like her pee-pee! We are here with professional photographer Nicholas. He make the nice video and photo of the car. Look beautiful. There is my car. Not as cool. Cooler. But his has blowing up coolant tank, so mine more reliable. Unfortunately, Tomboy had to leave, so we're not gonna get our ride along today. Very sad. He did a nice little peel out though, pulling out of here, so I'll insert that clip later once Nick sends it to me. But he had to go meet somebody at his house apparently, because he's got a 488 Ferrari sitting in his garage that ended up having something wrong with it, so it's sitting at his house right now. I wouldn't know anything about that. That's rich people problems. But it's starting to get dark now, so I'll probably just end the video here. I don't think we're probably going to go up to the Dragon anymore after this, since it's getting dark, but we'll end up taking some photos for a little while and then we'll wrap it up. So I'll pop that clip in here. That's bright. I'll pop that clip in the end here in just a moment of Tom pulling out in his GT3 RS, so you can see what we were supposed to ride in. Maybe next time. But yeah, it was a fun day altogether, all in all. Beautiful out here. I'll see you guys in the next one. You suck.
That dang green curb. You got the apex strip, and then there's that green section. That green section is actually a paved track. I'm just gonna cut in. Let's get the tires going again. Don't do that. I was being stupid.